Trevor Story back in the lineup when I was talking to Nolan, he said it just gives his team more confidence. Is it a confidence noticeable to you?
Well, I mean, Trevor's a good player. I mean, he's a guy that does so many things well that I think that getting him back in the lineup or any good player back on the field or on the basketball court, on the football field, that I think it picks the guys up. So I think it is tangible to have your best players playing.
During the course of this season, you've lost Murphy for a period of time, then Charlie and Trevor. You guys are in pretty good position.
And Dahl.
And
McMahon.
And still in decent position right now.
And Sonwano.
That's right.
You want me to keep going?
Well, of your position
every
players.
Team has players. Hey, Carlos Correa, every team has.
But of your position players, you guys are in pretty good shape right now.
Overall,
yes.
Right? Yeah. Overall, we've been, knock on wood, relatively healthy. And the guys that have been banged up and gone on the IL, it's been for a shorter period of time. We haven't had those long ones, which is a good thing. So, to your point, yes, our health right now is, in good shape. So, cross your fingers. I think every manager, coach, general manager, players, always are concerned about the health component. But to your point, Thomas, well taken. We're in pretty good shape.
Hey, buddy, do you see a number of similarities between the Astros and the Dodgers? Offensively, low strikeout team, high walk rate, pitchers lead as bats, low strikeout, low walks.
Well, yes, I think that the thing that sticks out is the strikeout rate. They talked about a couple years ago as a group that they really wanted to lower it, and they did. And the walk rate has risen a little bit this year, so that's signs of the ball in play, overall team approach to making contact with two strikes, but yet still taking a good swing. They do a lot of good things offensively, and they got, again, like us, they have a good offense, and they're represented by all-stars who are really good players. So, I think a lot of good teams, us included, you can draw some similarities to what everybody does well. That's why they're winning.
Buddy, what were your big picture takeaways from Chi-Chi's 2 starts?
Kept us in games. I thought overall from a stuff standpoint, I think his stuff plays. His mix of pitches and what he does to get outs, I think is something that you can be encouraged about coming back from a Tommy John surgery to where he's now in his career. I think he battles, he competes, keeps his poise, he's under control. He minimized some innings, but there's some other things that we talked about when we talked earlier today about some challenges for him and some goals.
I know there's a lot of fluctuation in that, or it's not set at the 5th spot in the rotation. Do you anticipate him potentially getting another shot?
Yeah, he could be in the mix, yeah. And you know what? We have that double headache against the Giants. We have that double header coming up against the Giants. We're gonna need 2 starters on that day. But that's a ways away.
What day is that? 15th? Is it 16th? Is it Tuesday?
I don't even know. I think it's a Monday.
It's Monday.
Is it Monday?
But it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride. But at the end of the day, you're basically a playoff team as you get near the break.
Yeah.
How do you look at that? And what is the key going forward?
Well, I look at it. When the season started, I felt as though we were going to be a contending team, and we're in the mix. Granted, we're behind the Dodgers within our division, which is the ultimate goal, is to win the division. But moving forward, to your question, I think one thing sticks out for me: we have to pitch better. I think we're going to score. And I'll take this back. I think defensively we have to do a little better too. I think the last couple of years we've been a really, really good defensive team, very sound. I think there's been a little chinks in the armor here that we gotta clean up here in the second half. But on the pitching side, starting pitching has been too variable. We've seen some good moments, and we've seen some games that we haven't been in. So you take the starters, combined with the relief pitching. The relief pitching, for the most part, has been pretty good. There's been a couple hiccups these last couple home series that we have to straighten out. But for me, it starts and ends with the pitching. If we need to get to where we want to be.
Did you have the chance to catch up with Karl Kauffmann?
No. Where is he?
He's here somewhere.
He's here.
I want to meet that guy.
You should meet him.
Yeah. I want to meet that Wolverine.
That Wolverine!
Congratulate him on a nice year. Congratulate him on being a Rocky.
Come down and
I want to talk to him about his slider. I want to talk about his fastball. That's what I want. I want to talk to this guy, Karl Kauffmann.
Yeah, you need to find him.
Yeah. Is he around?
Yeah, we just interviewed him.
Oh, you did? How was it?
It's great.
JC again.
Lower Columbia.
Lower Columbia.
LCC.
Did it come down to LCC
Or
and
Michigan?
Is that the two choices?
No. Actually, it came down to LCC and the University of Washington, who at that time had a club program. They weren't even on the map playing baseball. I was going to go study engineering. I was.
They didn't play Division I baseball.
They didn't have a program. I got not in 1975 when I graduated from Mark Morris High School.
Remember, you're like in your 60s.
But no, that's another story. Maybe not for now. I don't want to bore you guys with something that happened, over 40 years ago. But if it wasn't for Ed Sheff, who's heard of Ed Sheff?
Lewis Clark, right?
Lewis and Clark State College. If it wasn't for Ed Sheff, I might not be here talking to you guys.
He convinced you to go play.
He was the coach of Lower Columbia College, which was literally 5 yards from my high school.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were connected. So I went a long way to go to college my first 2 years.
You had that high school
Yeah.
pipeline.
Wow.
Did you live at home?
My parents had moved down to California, and so when they moved, I lived with Ed my first year for a month, and then I moved into 3314 Maple Street in Longview.
Nice.
Okay.
It's been an absolute whirlwind. Starting out with the draft and regionals and super regionals, just kind of been crazy. So getting some time here to settle down and get my mom out to Denver and everything, it's been really cool.
Where were you? Was it in a game that you found out you had been drafted?
Yeah, so we just won the Oregon State Regional. So we were on the team bus and we got off because one of my other teammates was getting picked. So and I got a phone call and I heard I was getting picked, and it was just crazy.
Reaction when you found out it was the Rockies?
Pure joy. I know one of our buddies' dads helped work for the Rockies, and so his mom was there, and everyone kept yelling Rocktober, and it was just really exciting, and I'm super excited to get this going.
Had you been to Denver or Coors Field before?
I haven't. I have some family up in Steamboat Springs. This was kind of go through Denver on the way there, but never stopped in, and so it's been nice to enjoy the city and kind of take it all in.
On draft night, when we talked to Bill Schmidt, he was very familiar with you, not just this year, but obviously your career. Did you have a feeling that the Rockies were really interested in you, just from the scouting community?
I didn't. I really hadn't heard much kind of going into the draft, so it was just kind of going and see what happens. And so when I heard out the Rockies had picked me, it was super exciting and honored.
It was a very good strike zone performance for you this season at Michigan. What were the things you did over the summer and coming into it, and also the mindset? How were you able to develop that ability to pound strike zones?
Yeah, so Coach Fetter did an incredible job with me this year, helping me out from the day I stepped back on campus in the fall. So from day one, we had a focus, and there was put together a good game plan, and so come time for the season, we were able to execute that, and all the credit really goes to him, and kind of just put me in a position to succeed.
And just coming off last season, did you think that, as high as you were drafted, pretty high, did you think that was possible, or what was your goal coming in?
I mean, just set your goals as high as possible, so wasn't really thinking about it too much. It was just kind of go out there and control what I could control, and let everything kind of work itself out.
Who was your go-to pitcher you watched growing up, and was your go-to team the Tigers?
Yeah, probably the go-to team was the hometown Tigers, but pitcher kind of growing up, kind of watched Nolan Ryan. Like that was the one my dad kind of set up for a young age, but really kind of like Justin Verlander. You got to see Max Scherzer kind of in his, I guess you can call it prime. So had a lot of good role models throughout that, so that was a lot of fun.
Wait a minute, Nolan Ryan, that was before you were born,
was
right?
right before.
So what, was it YouTube or did,
Yeah, a lot
did
of
you have a lot?
YouTube and just kind of like clips here and there. A lot of stories. So it was just kind of power fastball, curveball. It was really cool to watch him and see what he did.
Now, there are a lot of pitchers who are taller, bigger, whatever, but it seems like you're able to get angle and everything in the strike zone. What are the things that you do that make you a special right-hander?
Yeah, I think kind of after my freshman year, I kind of developed a sinker-slider combination, and that's allowed me to go kind of get weak contact early. So just trying to accelerate that and get as deep in the games as possible. That's kind of been a focus. So just try and accelerate that and let the ball play.
For Rockies fans that haven't seen you pitch, where do you think the best aspect of your game is?
I'm going to say kind of the availability, being able to just kind of go out there as often as possible and give our team the best chance to win. I think that's something that I pride myself on and look forward to continuing.
Just to follow up on what you said earlier, who was the friend whose dad works for the Rockies? Is it Schmitty?
Yep.
Okay,
Schmitty,
because
yep.
you guys played together? Okay,
Yep.
just
So
making
he was
sure.
our first baseman.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that was nice. And my mom became friends with his mom.
Okay,
So good
cool.
connection.
Cool.
And they talk to you about going out in the minors versus, just preparing for instructional ball now?
Yeah, so I think we're going to talk kind of in the next couple hours here and figure all that stuff out. But right now, I think I'm going to Grand Junction and just kind of letting everything happen from there.
Cool to get the swag?
Yeah, definitely. And I got a little bit from my dad too, so he's going to be fired up when I get home.
That's awesome.